Thanks, Harlan. I told them they wouldn't have to sit up front, so now they're all kind of mad. Oh.
Thanks, Harlan.
I can bring your coffee over there, or whatever you want to do. This is what we're going to talk about today. Everybody's got a piece of paper in there on the 7 key areas of human resources. And this is taken from Payroll Express Incorporated website, and a great description, breakdown on there. And like I said, what we've got here is 12, 15 questions that I've taken from members of the 100. And you guys are free to just throw out questions, add to those questions, whatever comes out of this. So let's kind of start here with one of the first things is, right now one of the biggest things is exempt versus non-exempt employees. And this was something Kim had brought up to me and something he works a lot with. So do you want to kind of expand on what you've written here, Kim? You might have to hit the green light on.
Select.
You're in. Cool.
No, talking about exempt versus non-exempt, we could go on for a long time, but this summer, early this summer, this spring, the Department of Labor came out and simply said, you know, hey look, really we're talking overtime. And the threshold has been like $23,660, if I'm pretty much on target there. That threshold, starting December 1st year of 2016, is moving to 47.4. So really, in essence, those people that now, between 23,000 and 46,000, starting December 1, are going to potentially could get a raise. Okay, it's going to affect about, what, 4.2 million people across the country. They estimate probably in the next 10 years, about $12 billion in higher wages for the workforce. And really what it's saying is that, you know, you've got employees that right now at $23,000 and $660, and technically I suppose you didn't have to pay them overtime. Now that has just doubled. So those people now that you have employed for you at $25,000 and put in over a 40-hour week, you're going to have to start paying overtime for. And I could go on. We get into exempt versus non-exempt. There's some means testing there, depending on if they're doing administrative work, professional work, you know, management decision-making work. So it complicates itself between exempt versus non-exempt, paying overtime, not paying overtime. We'll get back a little bit, Kurt, I think, when we touch on some job descriptions and then you know, properly classified your people, but...
and this is for all employees, isn't it? There's no breakdown of number of employees in a firm, or it's just across the board. So.
I don't care if you've got, you know, 2 employees or if you've got 2,000. It's something that you have to be concerned about because you may owe them overtime. If you're not aware of it, they may take you to court. It may cost you more than just that overtime. So it's just an awareness that that is changing. That is doubling from 23,000 to 46,000, or almost 47. I've got one client that in a group of about 40 people, business size, they had one person affected. It was just under that $47,000 range. They solved it quite easily by giving him a raise. They don't have to worry about it. They took him over 40 to about 48 grand. That was easy for them. But others, you know, that are multitudes of employees on an hourly basis, manufacturing industry, are going to be confronted with some issues if they're not aware of the new regs coming down in December.
And Kim, doesn't this also involve that a lot of people are going to have to now go to a time log or a timekeeping that didn't have to before, because you now have to justify or prove that they didn't have overtime or did have overtime.
Well, and I think you're right, Harlan, yes. I think on top of it, what you're going to see is the burden always falls back on the employer. It never fails to say, hey, you have to prove to us they didn't work overtime or did, or was your supervisor, if you have layers of management, saying simply, hey, I granted them that overtime or I didn't, you better start to document it, you know, much more, so.
Another consideration to take when hiring and putting out applications and whatnot and onboarding people is that new requirement. Just another consideration for the business owners.
Right.